So today we'll be taking a look at how to do keyword research using SEMrush. So once you log in into SEMrush, on the left hand side in the SEO section, you will see a subsection called as keyword research. So on the keyword research section, first I'll talk about the keyword overview link. So this is the keyword overview, and this is a good place where you can do research on 1 to 100 keywords. But I typically like to use this section to research individual keywords. So for example purposes, let's take digital marketing keyword. I've selected the location at India for now. Let's search and see what information comes up. So this is the standard screen which SEMrush shows for any particular keyword. So here I can see it has a 300k search volume in India, and it's a very hard keyword to rank for. And then the global volume is 885k, and apart from India there's US which has a 165k search volume, etc. Now next I can see the intent of that keyword. So it's informational. That means the user wants to find an answer to a specific question. He's looking for information, not maybe looking to do a transaction at the moment. And then I can see the trend of search volume. I can see the cost per click in Google search ads. So it will cost approximately $2.8 for each click if I run an ad on this keyword. uh, Next, I will see some keyword ideas here. We'll explore this further in the keyword magic tool, which I'm going to talk about next. But it gives you a sense of, like, with the digital marketing keyword, what are some of the top variations which you can look at. Then what are some questions around digital marketing that you can target as part of your content. And then the last section is related keywords, which talks about some keywords which might not directly have digital marketing in it, but also which are adjacent keywords which might be related to this topic and would make sense to target. Next is the SERP analysis. So these are the top results which you would see on Google if you did a Google search. And this is a quick way to understand what is coming up here with a lot of other information, like the number of backlinks they have built, uh, what is the page authority, how many referring domains are linking to this particular page. So that's it. This is for each individual keyword. Whenever you want to see any details, you can come and take a look at this particular section. But for my bulk of the keyword research, I prefer to use the keyword magic tool. So I'm going to go into the keyword magic tool next. So since we had searched for digital marketing, it has taken that keyword, as you can see here. Now here you can see all the keywords which are related to digital marketing or have the term digital marketing in them are being mentioned over here. And on the left hand side you can see by number, by volume. So this is number is by the number of keywords, and by volume is search volume. So I'm going to click on search volume. So now if I look at it on I can see some subheadings here. For example, course, I can see I'll click on course. So now what happens is it will show up all the results which has digital marketing and the word course in it. So now I'm seeing a subset of the keywords of the entire bucket of digital marketing keywords. And similarly on the left, you can see there are a lot of qualifying words which I can use. For example, if I click on agency, now I'll see all the digital marketing keywords with agency in them. So this is a very neat way of grouping the keywords, and you can, based on your requirement, browse through this list and find out. Now I'll go back to all keywords again. Now how I typically use this to find out meaningful keywords, right, which I can rank for, is I like to take a look at the keyword difficulty filter. So if you look at it, it's very easy to possible comes in the 0 to 49 range. So I'm just going to put in 0 to 49 as the keyword difficulty. But keyword difficulty is basically how difficult it is for the keyword to rank for, and 0 to 49 is where it still would be possible to rank for. So now I have narrowed down from the list of 100k or so keywords to around 2400, which are possible to rank for related to digital marketing. Now if you want to do a further deep dive and you want to see that, okay, which of these keywords would make sense to rank for, which would actually quickly start giving business also. So then I typically tend to use the intent filter here. So I can select the commercial and transactional keywords. So these are keywords which typically people search for when they have a more commercial intent, or when they are willing to do pay and close their buying loop. So I'm just going to click on apply here. Now, out of the 2,400, we have a list of around 1,500 keywords, and these are like high volume keywords which have a commercial or transactional intent, and the keyword difficulty is such that it is still possible to rank for these particular keywords. So this, in sense, gives me a very good list of keywords which might make sense to go after first. In the prioritization, keyword prioritization, I would probably want to go after these keywords first, and then take a look at some of the other keyword which I can target. So basically what I would do is I would download this list. So there are two things I can do. I would if I would download this list and then go through that, and then figure out which ones to go after. Or another thing which I can do in SEMrush is I can click on this plus button, and when I click on the plus button, it gets added to a list which I have created. I have the option to create a new keyword list. So let's say I am doing a new keyword research, I can create a new keyword list, and then whatever research I do will ultimately get added to that list when I keep on clicking the plus sign. So basically on SEMrush, I can create a neat list of keywords in a list which I would ultimately want to go after. So now if you have created that particular, so this was one part of it, and the other part that we can look at is the questions. So let's say you want to take a look at specifically questions which might make sense to go after. So this kind of gives you that information. So I've selected the keyword difficulty and intent filters from uh, the prior searches that we had done here. So those filters are still applied over here. So this gives me a very good list of keywords that I can target. Apart from that, in broad match basically covers most of the things. So if you go into phrase and exact match, they might result into keywords which are subset of the broad match. So if you have done the broad match, doesn't make sense to go into these categories. You can go into related if you want to look at some keywords which are related to digital marketing, but might not necessarily have that keyword in them. So might make sense to go into the related section and see what are some other things you can. So for example, you can look at this one, learn performance marketing. So this is not, does not have the word digital in it, but of course it is very closely related to digital marketing. So this is also something that you can easily figure out using this particular filter. So these are some things you can do and quickly figure out a prioritized list of keywords which might make sense to go after for your SEO efforts. And just in case, like we discussed, the keyword list feature, if you're using that to add your keywords, then you can go into keyword manager here, and then you will see all the lists that you have created are available over here. So for example, in this particular list I have 58 keywords added, and then I can come here and take a look at the keywords which I've shortlisted. I can even download this list if I want to share it with somebody, and it's a very neat way of storing all the keywords that are important to you and you want to go after. So this is my process for doing keyword research on SEMrush. And once you have all the keywords, I would not go into the position tracking section today, but once you have all your keywords, you can go to position tracking, which, and you can add those keywords there. You can also add them directly from the keyword manager, and then SEMrush will keep a tab on how the ranks are fluctuating for those keywords over a period of time, and you can track which keywords are in top 3, top 10, which are the keywords which are showing positive movement, negative movement. All those tracking method would be available in position tracking. Then the last section in keyword research is organic traffic insights, which I typically don't use because it generally pulls data from Google Search Console and Google Analytics and shows it in one place. But I like to use the tools provided by Google themselves because they have some filters which make sense to use. So I would not recommend using this particular report over here and using Google Analytics and Search Console separately to look at those reports. So that wraps up the keyword research section. Thank you.